Happy Friday, everyone. It is 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with weather for Weather Geeks, the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast for you as we head into the weekend. Things are on the upswing. 36 out there this afternoon. We'll make it 40 or so as we go into the weekend, and we'll get to the forecast in just a second. Wanted to start with just a crystal clear, beautiful high-res satellite picture of the region today. These are especially cool when you get a nice clear day in the winter when there's snow on the ground and ice on the lakes. Really makes for a vivid scene. Just a few highlights, of course, up on Lake Erie. Some open water started to emerge over the last few days out here. Lots of ice, though, in the middle of the lake, east central part of the lake as well. Of course, we've seen some stories about the ice mountains near the shore, near Cleveland lately. And then down here is Mosquito Lake. Here's Pymatooning. So, our local waterways remain just completely frozen over, and they're probably going to be for a while, even though it is going to be milder coming up in the next handful of days. So, really get a kick out of these, and just for kicks, let me actually show you what one of the same view looks like when there's no snow on the ground. This is probably from, I'm guessing, last fall. I'm not sure exactly when this is from, but quite a contrast. Let me wiggle this back and forth. It's just kind of cool. Here's today. Here's some day in the past. Notice, of course, the absence of ice. This is not a summertime picture because of the brown landscape. This might be late fall. It would be green if it were summer, but that's pretty cool to show the contrast between the dead of winter and not the dead of winter on our high-res satellite picture. Speaking of the Great Lakes ice cover, right now Lake Erie is standing at about 86% covered by ice. Some of it's fairly thin, some of it's a little thicker, and as I just showed you on the satellite picture, it definitely thins out some as you go into kind of the west central part of the lake. I suspect we've reached our maximum ice coverage on Lake Erie for the season. While it is likely to turn pretty cold again during February, especially the middle and latter portions of February, by then the sun angle's higher. We're going to lose a lot of this ice between now and then, so I doubt we'll see the percentage coverage that we've seen this week. It got as high as 91, 92%. That is pretty high, especially in January. All right, so today is kind of a red letter day in weather history here across Ohio and western Pennsylvania. This is the 24th anniversary of the coldest day on record here locally. January 19th, 1994, we reached a low temperature at the Youngstown Warren Airport of 22 below zero. The high that afternoon was just 6 below zero. And of course, we weren't alone in this. This was a tremendous Arctic outbreak across much of the nation, especially east of the Rockies. About a third of the country had temperatures below zero that morning, and a whopping 16% of the country had temperatures below 20 degrees below zero. Again, 22 below. The local temperature, Canton, Akron, I think was 24, 25 below. Some unofficial numbers in the coldest nooks and crannies were in the 30s below zero on the morning of January 19th, 1994. It wasn't just a one-day deal either. The 18th, 19th, and 20th were all remarkably cold back in 1994. I was a sophomore in high school, and I remember coming back from Christmas vacation that year. We had maybe a week before it started to snow, and we had some days off because of snow. And then when the Arctic outbreak came, we had at least a handful of days, 3 or 4 days off because of the cold. We hardly went to school in January back in 1994. All right, January of 2018, not nearly that cold, but still it's been pretty cold. Today we got a rare warmer than average day. We reached freezing, got above freezing for the first time since before the ice and snow last Friday, but still a pretty impressive number through the first 19 days of the month, 8 degrees below average. Well, the weather looks pretty quiet as we start the weekend. I think we'll start tomorrow with some sun, but as we get into the midday and the afternoon, there's going to be a deck of stratocumulus clouds pushing in from the south and west. The day will end pretty cloudy. Once the clouds get in, they're going to stick around for the rest of the weekend, and this doesn't mean a crazy rainy weekend, but it's going to be kind of damp and drizzly and murky at times Saturday night and Sunday. Little patches of drizzle and light rain will be pretty common, I think, Saturday night into the day on Sunday. Then a warm front heads our way. Maybe a shower Monday morning with that. We're going to spend a lot of the daylight hours on Monday in this warm and dry sector. So that's a pretty nice day coming up on Monday, a windy day, but we'll probably crack 50 before the front arrives towards evening and showers become a little more likely again as we head towards Monday evening. So our weekend forecast looks like this, kind of to sum things up. Tomorrow's the pick of the litter at 40 degrees and dry, although clouds will increase. Notice, the high percentage of rain on Sunday, but it is low intensity rain. It's pretty much very light rain or drizzle at times during the course of the day on Sunday. Don't forget to follow me on social media. If you're not following me on Twitter, I, of course, have many more followers on Facebook. More people are on Facebook. But if you're not following me on Twitter, that's a great way to get to timely weather information. Eric WFMJ on Twitter. And, of course, Facebook. You can find me just by searching for me, or you can type in facebook.com/Eric WFMJ. I'm going to keep the video short tonight because the weather's pretty quiet and it's Friday night, and it's going to be a pretty uneventful week next week as well. It's going to cool off middle of the week for a couple of days, but I've got 48 in my forecast for next Friday. So we're busting out of the deep freeze. We have no significant snow on the horizon anytime real soon. So we're going to get a nice respite from the harsh winter weather we've had since Christmas. We're going to have this respite probably through the first week of February. Then things will probably get more interesting once again. Hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks this week. It's nice to have some quieter weather at the end of the week and heading into the weekend. I'll see you back here on Monday.